Get out on the lake, let's go fishing. Just where we'll point that boat, nobody knows. Well, we don't know if it's gonna be feast or famine. So sit your ass back and enjoy the Big John Show. Let it go! Watch that stump over.
So lifers, do this little walkthrough, everything going on the homestead. Just an update, really not much changed. Instead of doing a whole update video on the compost heap, I'm just gonna show y'all and tell y'all, trying to add a little bit to it every week. Well, I need a pitchfork, so I'm supposed to be getting one of them for my birthday, which is in a couple of days, not very far off. I think today's the 1st, y'all see this on Sunday, which will be the 3rd. 3 more days from when y'all see this will be my birthday. And I get to start turning this. Because the only thing I've had to turn it with will not do it. Let me show y'all what we're looking at. I know the camera probably doesn't do it any justice. But it's pretty much tripled in size since the day I showed it to y'all the first time. Now we'll ease over here and look at the bag garden. Alright, since the first time y'all seen the bag garden, it's grew a little bit. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 bags and 2 pots. We had extra soil, so we put pots in those, or put it in those pots. I'll get here right in a minute. Try to act like it's early in the morning. I've been out here 3 hours already today, so it's not early in the morning. The hardest thing I tell you about these bags, try and get the sun where it's not too bad, is that you gotta figure out how to water them. I think these are, today most of them are a week old. Tomorrow they'll all be a week old. Tomorrow Sunday, I don't remember. Day's Friday when I'm filming this, but yesterday I thought they were all getting too wet because I was starting to see yellowing. Turns out they were dry, real dry. I'm not sure I didn't lose that. Maybe that, but I don't know. We've got watermelons, tomatoes, cucumbers, squash, and jalapenos. Everything but these 2 are looking all right. I got a little bit of yellowing up there on that. Cucumbers. Jalapenos are doing all right. Like I said, I could probably pick one of them and eat it today if I wanted to. Tomatoes hadn't started growing and they'd lost all their buds, so I don't know. Watermelons look all right. Zucchini, yellow squash, it's supposed to be yellow squash too. And I'm not sure what that is. I think it's supposed to be yellow squash. But so far my experience with the bags is you've got to work the watering system out. If you don't work that out, you're not going to be successful. So let's just hope I can get it figured out and be successful. It also doesn't help that, you know, it's getting up in the hundreds every day, which we had 4-day break. And we had 2 days where we just rarely got in the 90s, but last 2 it's been just steadily going up, and they're talking about next week real feel being 110, 115 degrees most days. So let's just hope I can keep it through that and make them start producing before it's all said and done, but I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. That's the way I do things. I hate the lighting's never good in here. These rabbits are growing. They're growing every day. Probably the next time y'all see the rabbits, they will be in a different style pen. This will just be my grow out pen for my babies. But we're still a couple months away from worrying about even talking about babies. On the rabbits, I will be hanging that pen up back over there. That's gonna be easier to collect the crap out of them. And it's a 3-holer. I really need a 5-holer. I'm gonna figure that out as we go, how to add some more to it. Probably this whole side's gonna be rabbit pens. I've changed my mind on where I'm gonna put the hen house. I'm putting the hen house on the north end of it. That's gonna be coming pretty quick. Next, we're gonna talk about these turkeys, these ducks. Oh my God, they've got big plans that we got for them. Some of them like hiding in there. That little tan duck, anybody tell me what it is? Let me know. I probably asked before and somebody's probably told me, but my short-term memory don't work that good. The crippled turkey's still crippled, but, you know, he's here. Uh-oh, a katydid flew in there. It did not make it long. Them turkeys. Okay, I think 3 of my ducks are females and 1 drake. That big Peking looking one, he's got a curl on his tail. I'm gonna assume he's a drake. That and the noise it makes, but I'm hearing some of them quiet. I know it's just the hens that quiet. Alright, these turkeys are wanting to fight. I changed their food this morning and went to a fermented food, and I guess it's gonna take them getting hungry to eat it. They're not really in love with it. I put them a little dry food on top of it, but they'll figure it out. Y'all know how y'all get dogs to eat rudabakers? Don't feed them anything else. They'll eat it eventually. That's how it's gonna work for these poor bastards. They're gonna eat it or starve to death. And I see them picking at it, so they ain't gonna starve to death. The ducks seem to like it, but they didn't eat a bunch of it, which is the way it's supposed to work with that fermented food. They're not supposed to eat as much. Tell y'all a little story. I came out here yesterday, and nothing was out but the crippled turkey and one of the little white ones. All the ducks, everything was in there. Well, I was back filling up waters. I wasn't paying attention. They done got themselves locked in there. Well, I fixed it where they can't get locked in there anymore. They act like I was their savior when I unlocked it and let them out. By far, my favorite animals out here are the turkeys and the ducks. Alright. I don't know if I showed these yet or not. We got 2 white guineas. I know under that red light they just look red. They're a week and a few days old. Let's show you the dinosaur pit. Alright, we got 5 guineas in here and 6 pullets. The blue ones are pullets, and the ones that don't have scale looking on them are pullets. And I know it's hard to tell, they all pile up, and they're all buddies. The guineas are about another week, and I'm gonna have to figure out something to do with them, maybe 2, probably another week. I'm probably gonna put them in the little hen pen and move the hens to the big pen. Let's talk about the hen pen. Later on this week, you'll see this video Sunday. There'll probably be another video Tuesday, a giveaway video, because I'm getting really close to 2,300. That's not the main reason, but that's the reason I'm gonna give y'all. I'll explain in that video why I'm giving it away. But the big pen, I'm fixing to extend by 16 foot. And probably altogether gonna be 20 because I'm gonna put a hen house on that end, but right now it's just gonna be 16. And I'm gonna move the big hens in there. And that ought to be, the guineas will probably go to the little tractor. I'm gonna keep the guineas in there about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and I'm gonna open the door and I'm just gonna feed them at night from now on when they go in it. Or maybe they'll know to come back. When I get the hens out of there, I'm gonna fix a couple roasts in there. I know it's kind of small, but I'm finna cut the guineas loose in about 2 weeks, or about a month, they'll be running loose. By the 1st of August, mid-August, they'll be running loose. Terrorizing the neighborhood. I asked them how many of them escaped since I made it escape proof. None of them. Not a damn one of them Rhode Islands. But they're growing good. I hope we get eggs out of them this year. Maybe by the end of the summer. I don't know how quick they'll lay. They kind of like the food I gave them. But like I say, pretty quick, they're going to be in the big pen. The guineas are going to be in there. The little guineas will probably never run wild. The white ones, them going to be pets. Because I know with the coyotes I've got out here and the buzzards and the hawks, and them guineas are going to have a hard life, but that's what they're supposed to do. They got a lot of cover out here. If they come back at night, I think they'll be okay. If they roost in trees, the owls will eat their ass. But if they'll come back in there and roost, they'll be all right. Well, here in just a minute, we'll wrap the video up. All right, I didn't talk about what we're gonna do with the turkeys. I need to talk about that. They're gonna be Thanksgiving. I'm gonna let them make it to about the 1st of November. Maybe the 2nd week of November after I've deer hunted a little bit, and they're gonna get butchered. They're gonna be presents to the extended family. My aunts, my uncle, my brother and his wife, and we're gonna eat one. We may eat 2, just all depends. The ducks are pretty much gonna be pets. Like I say, I got 3 of them that's probably gonna lay eggs. If that happens, I've got them eggs sold. I got somebody that wants them. But my intention by next spring is to have, see, when we bought these turkeys, we were wanting heritage turkeys, something we could keep. These are meat turkeys, and they don't live a good life if you keep them longer than, you know, what it takes to grow them out to be ready to eat. Their joints can't handle the weight because they are already starting to put the weight on. Already, I picked one up the other day. Its breast was way fuller than anything else I got out here. But by next spring, I intend on buying probably 10 or 15 heritage turkeys and probably 25 ducks. I want the khaki Campbells or maybe the flightless mallards. I hadn't decided. They're both about the same. But I'm gonna try to be selling fertile duck eggs. And just duck eggs. Texas is kind of screwed it up. I gotta sell everything I want to sell up here. If I don't, I gotta get licensed, I gotta get inspected and all that crap. But if I sell it at my house, I don't have to do that. Now the rabbits, I don't know how that works, but you know, once I start making babies and they get fryer size, they're gonna be meat for me and whoever needs to buy some of it. or whoever, if I can't sell it, whoever I give it to, they're gonna be meat. That's why I got them that and the fertilizer. That's facts of the farm, you know. This whole thing is to help us go if the foods get short. I'm gonna wind up having a dozen egg laying hens. I gotta get a rooster. I want a rooster just to have one. Like I say, I'm extending the big pen by 16 foot this weekend. May start today, I don't know. But supposed to be working on the tractor this weekend. And I may film that, I may not. Me and Cornbread are gonna do it, but it's gonna be hot, and I don't know if I'll film. If I don't get out here early like this, my GoPro won't film when it's hot and no wind. So, if y'all made it this far in this cringy, rambling ass video, it's probably 35 minutes long. Like, share, subscribe. Like I say, we're getting really close to 2,300. I'm not gonna make my goal of 10,000 this year, I don't think, but if y'all start sharing, you know, sharing's caring this day and time, maybe we can get there.